What's going on, guys? Welcome once again to Hockey Playoff Edition. I'm Miguel Mike Medina. This is my contributor host, Jim Biringer. Jim, Florida is one win away from going back to the Stanley Cup final since 96. 96, that's the year that during that time I was watching Fox Kids, Saturday morning cartoons. I was almost about to be enrolled in school, so it's been that long since Florida Panthers have made it to the finals. But hey, they deserve it. They've played their butts off. They have a lot of poise. Sergei Bobrovsky, he made 32 saves. It was his first shutout in 64 Stanley Cup playoff games. It's amazing what he's doing at the age of 34. So far, he has made 132 saves in the past 3 games. That says a lot. So he's a machine out there. And like I said, Florida's up 3-0. One more game left and they'll go back to the finals.
Yeah, it's crazy to think what Sergei Bobrovsky is doing right now. He's on John Sebastian Jaguar type run from 2003 with Anaheim Ducks. He's just, everything he's seeing, he's stopping. He's seeing the puck as a beach ball. It's just, he's anticipating the shot before the shooters are, and this guy's in the zone. His work ethic, practice prior to the games, morning skates, after practices. He's the hardest guy there, and this team has confidence in him, and they're riding him as they should because he's getting paid $10 million, and that's why they brought him in, and everything's clicking. The defense in front of him. The team is playing as well. To be in the same company, the only other goalie to do that through the first 3 games of a conference final or Stanley Cup final is Johnny Bower. That's pretty good company. The legendary Johnny Bower with the Toronto Maple Leafs. So what Bobrovsky's doing is crazy. And the fact of the matter is that the Carolina Hurricanes are really frustrated that they can't score. They're playing well, but Bobrovsky's just a brick wall right now. And when a guy's on a run like that, there's nothing you can do. But we knew the offense was going to be a problem for the Hurricanes in this series.
And if you're Vegas or Dallas, you have to be very mindful of this, because whoever goes up against this Panthers team is going to have the work cut out for them. It's not going to be easy.
No, not going to be easy. You're going to have to capitalize on chances, capitalize on power plays, find different ways to score. But right now, Bobrovsky's just locked in the zone. And would anybody be shocked if Florida lifts the Stanley Cup when this whole thing is done?
No, we wouldn't. These number 8 seed teams in Florida, the Miami Heat and now Florida Panthers, they're on fire. They're both 3-0. Miami Heat has a chance of closing out tonight. Florida has a chance to do it tomorrow night. So it feels great to be a Florida resident right now if you're in Florida.
Yeah, look what they're doing. South Florida, Miami on one side, Fort Lauderdale, Sunrise on the other side. Look, these Panthers are playing really well right now. Got the LA Kings feel of 2012. It's going to be awesome to see, if Vegas or Florida match. I think it's be a great matchup, great weathers for both cities. But again, Dallas is still going to have a say in this. Carolina is still going to have a say in this. But Florida will win away from the Stanley Cup final first time since 1996.
Let's go into other news. Craig Conroy, Mr. Calgary Flames, he's the new general manager for the Calgary Flames. As you know, he played for 4 different teams, the Canadiens, the Blues, the Flames, and Kings. But he has one of his best, some of his best offensive performances as a Calgary Flame. Back in 2014, he did become the assistant general manager, but now he's a general manager. So what do you think about this move, and do you think he will thrive in this position?
I think he's going to be fine in this position. Look, he's been with the organization for 9 years in a managerial role. He understands, and good for them to keep it internal. I think Craig Conroy probably in their interview process probably said, yeah, I've been here, but I also have a fresh set of eyes on this thing. And he understands the work that needs to be done. It's not going to be easy, but most likely he'll probably have Dave Nonis with him as well to handle the business, and they'll work as a team. But Craig Conroy, from a player to a manager to stay with the Flames, is a good hire. Again, he'll have his work cut out for him, but the Flames made the right decision to keep it in-house.
And I feel like we're seeing that more often now, especially in hockey, where players are turning into GMs, team presidents, etc., vice president. Look what Steve Yzerman is doing with Detroit, or he's trying to build in Detroit. Joe Sakic, look, the success he had last year with Colorado. There's a lot of these former players that they play with the team and then they went on to work at the front office with the team. We're seeing that in the NBA as well, but I feel like the hockey is becoming a trend where now more players are going into that front office role. And I mean, hey, and especially if they're a champion, they know what it takes. They know what pieces to put in puzzle. It doesn't always guarantee that they're going to succeed at the front office, but they have an edge because they're coming from a player standpoint.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we know what Yzerman's trying to do in Detroit. Obviously, he's trying to build the Detroit Red Wings back to what they were when he was a player. We saw what he did in Tampa before he left, and obviously Julien Brisebois took it from there. Joe Sakic, Colorado, the list goes on of guys that are in the front office that have done this position before. And it's going to be interesting now because also now Craig Conroy is going to have to hire a coach. Kirk Muller's name's out there as well. He was a former player, and we're seeing former players transition to coaching as well, and they do a good job. Some might be better assistants than they are head coaches. But again, I think Kirk Muller will be a good fit there for Calgary. But again, Craig Conroy is a perfect fit. Keep it in-house. Yeah, you're going to look outside, but I think he knows the organization best. It's not like it was in Edmonton where we're just hiring all these former players that had no experience. At least Craig Conroy's been there 9 years in that position and understands what goes on and how everything is evolving inside the managerial role. So good for him. And, look, again, work cut out. Got to hire a coach. Got to fix this team. But the real work begins now that Craig Conroy is the new GM of the Calgary Flames.